everybody, this is Anthony. I am doing this lesson plan with Erica. Our lesson plan is titled Drug Driving, a Digital Blur. It's directed towards high school students grade 9 through 12 at the proficient level. The objectives that we're trying to reach during this lesson plan are based on the Visual Arts Common Core Standard for California, Domain 1, Artistic Perception, where the students will learn about the elements of art and basic design principles. Domain 2, Creative Expression. Students will learn how to use a basic digital camera and the basics of drawing and creative effects in Photoshop. Domain 3, Historical and Cultural Context of the Visual Arts, where the students will learn about the advent of Photoshop and the importance of Photoshop and its use and application in art and design. Domain 4, Aesthetic Valuing. Students will practice and study how to have an informal critique discussion about the creative processes and how it can convey a message about adolescent health and about the dangers of drug driving and how those dangers could be prevented. And Domain 5, the connections, relationships, and applications. The students will understand how to use art to promote adolescent health issues and the prevention of the risks of drug driving. And also, there is some focus on California Common Core Standards on the subject of health, which is they will apply a decision-making process to avoid potentially dangerous situations through this lesson plan, and they will explain the impact of alcohol, tobacco, and other drug use on the brain chemistry, brain function, and behavior through the expression of art in this lesson plan. The materials that the students will need is a computer, so they can make their artwork digitally, a digital camera, so they can take the pictures of the driver's seat viewpoint. They will need Photoshop software, a sketchbook so they can sketch out their ideas, and a flash drive so that they can transfer their digital information from one computer to another. The teacher's materials, they will need a projector to show the lesson plan and present it, a computer so they can follow along with the students or help the students with any problems they may run into, and of course the lesson plan. And the vocabulary that the students will be learning is Photoshop, digital media, drug driving, digital blur, and perspective.
Procedures. Students will listen to a PowerPoint about risk and preventive steps for drunk driving. During that time, it will be informal discussion to get students involved. After the 10-minute PowerPoint, 2 demos will take place on how to use digital camera and the basic function of Photoshop. Students will be asked to take several digital photos of different viewings and choose one to create their artwork with. They will then have the opportunity to manipulate the photo in Photoshop and create a poster with text. After this lesson is done, students will have an informal critique and talk about their process and their intent. As you can see, Anthony made a great example to show step by step how to create a poster using Photoshop. At the very bottom, we have an assessment on how we would grade this lesson. As you can see, we would be grading on the following instructions: vocabulary understanding, staying on task, and Photoshop techniques used, and overall quality. Thanks for listening.